is processional. It's a result of a series of small disciplines that led to habitual patterns of success. Risby Education Societies, Risby College of Arts, Science and Commerce, affiliated to University of Mumbai, in collaboration with Department of Statistics, KC College, HSNC, University, Mumbai. The Internal Quality Assurance Cell, Research Cell, and the Department of Mathematics and Statistics. I, Dr. Khan Suhana, Assistant Professor, Self-Finance Courses, welcomes you all to the 8th day of the online national level 10-day faculty development program on IBM Statistical Package and Structural Equation Modeling with EMOS. I may now request Ms. Hina Mahmood, Assistant Professor, Self-Finance Courses, to summarize the learning that took place.
Thank you, Suhana ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, clearly. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Rizvi College of Arts, Science and Commerce and KC College, I welcome you all to the 8th day of the online national level FDP on IBM SPSS and SEM with EMOS. I take the pleasure of welcoming Dr. Parul for this session. Summarizing yesterday's session, we talked about mediation and moderation. We can check the normality through skewness, kurtosis, Shapiro-Wilks before running data in EMOS. To check outliers, we will see the respondent number. We will check till which values are below 0.05 and remove these respondents. Do not remove more than 10% of the respondents. There is discriminant validity. Due to cross-loadings, there is no answer in EMOS. We will run EFA in the rotated component matrix. If then cross-loadings are too big, if the statement is loaded too heavily, remove the highest or furthest. If validity improves, then also remove. Endogenous variables are arrows attached to them. The construct has an error term attached. Developing a scale, you are testing a model, combining the scales whether all are good or not. EFA, then CFA, then hypothesis, then SEM. Simple mediation and parallel mediation. DE is the direct effect where no moderator is used. IE is indirect effect, insignificant. Pick up any of these details, then do simple mediation. Ma'am made the students calculate values which were proved by the software as well. Ease of use is stronger than attitude. Ease of use and attitude are the variables used. Ease of use to be used to strengthen the behavioral intention. So DE is significant and IE is insignificant. No mediation when both DE and IE are significant. Partial mediation is also seen. VAF is equal to IE upon I, less than 20%, no mediation or weak mediation. T greater than 20%, then calculate VAF. Mediation can be serial, simple, parallel. Partial mediation can be complementary when IE and DE are in the same direction. Portion of the effort of X on Y is mediated through M, whereas X still explains a portion of X that is independent of M. Positive confounding is a consistent model. Competitive IE and DE are in different directions. Negative confounding, inconsistent model. Direct effect, IE is not significant, DE is significant. Both the results of direct effect, we can conclude that we were perhaps searching for a wrong mediation relationship. It is also possible that an unrecognized mediation relationship still exists and another mediating variable is present that radiates an effect between X and Y. If both IE and DE are not significant, determine whether sample size has enough points to show an effect. The relationship is flawed. The strength of mediation in case of partial mediation, VAF is equal to the variance accounted for, which is equal to IE upon TE, which is equal to A into B. The mediation process explains the DV's variance. VAF is less than 20%, zero mediation. VAF between 20% and 80% is partial or moderate mediation. VAF above 80% is full mediation and strong mediation. Caution only for consistent or complementary models. If M1 has a stronger effect than mediator M2, involves specific indirect effect. Coming to moderation, it occurs when the relationship between an independent variable and dependent variable differs for different level of moderator. Example of social support acting as moderator for depression, affecting the dependent variable of performance. We can draw this conceptually and then move on to the statistical diagram. The relationship between job performance and employee compensation is moderated through the higher moderator values as employee compensation changes values from low to high. The assumption made is that DV is measured on a continuous scale. Examples of multi-group moderation were also discussed, where gender plays a role between independent variable of depression and dependent variable of performance. I once again welcome Parul ma'am to the last session of SEM and thank her for the immense knowledge she has imparted to us. Thank you. Over to Suhana ma'am.
Thank you so much, Hina ma'am, for a brief note on learning that took place yesterday. The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, and the great teacher inspires. Respecting all her efforts, I may now request Dr. Parul Kumar to take over with the session for the day. Ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure, ma'am. Pleasure's all ours.
Thank you. So participants, again, my question, very good evening actually, and sorry first of all for not, starting this session early today. So it was something very, very officially urgent for me. So that is why I was unable to do it. So anyways, we'll try to cover the moderation. We will cover the moderation actually. So any questions, please start with that. And then I'll start with the moderation. Bruchali VAF is yes, indirect effect divided by the total effect. Anyone, any questions? See, today is the last day and today are actually these last 2 hours. So any question? We will be able to complete the moderation by, approximately 6:30, I guess. So I have kept 6:30 to 7 o'clock also for your query sessions. So any questions with respect to the structured equation modeling, with respect to CFA, we have done. So anything you have, you're most welcome to ask. No queries as of now? Okay then. So yesterday, we actually did the theory. So now we will be going forward with the practical explanation of that theory, right? So now first I will explain you how to do the moderation, which is the interaction one. How to do the interaction moderation. Once the interaction moderation is over, then we will go for the grouping one. Fine. So for the interaction, first I'm going to open the file in the SPSS. So in the SPSS, first, yesterday also I explained you how to create the interaction term. And today again, I'm going to explain you just quickly how to make the interaction term. So let me just share the screen. So this was a data file on which we are working. So here we have the Z scores of our 4 variables: behavior, intention, ease of use, usefulness, and the attitude. Now I want to create the interaction term. So what I'm saying is, I'm saying that attitude moderates the relationship from ease of use to behavioral intention. Attitude moderates the relationship from ease of use and attitude. So if you want to see the diagram, so this was a simple one. This is a simple model we are saying. So here what I'm saying is that I'm saying attitude is a moderator. Fine. I'm saying attitude is as a moderator. And attitude is moderating the relationship of the ease of use and the behavioral intention. So how we are going to have this kind of a model where attitude is a moderator, So first we have to create the interaction term. Interaction term is created in the SPSS or in the Excel, not in the MOS. Fine. So we will create the interaction term, we will reload the file into the MOS, and then we'll start with the analysis. Any doubt? Any doubt here? Any doubt here, anyone? Okay. So how to create? Go to the transform, go to compute variable. In the compute variable, now I'm going to compute a new variable. Now, one thing all of you have to understand, what would be the interaction term? So interaction is in between the independent variable and the moderator, right? The independent variable and the moderator variable. So which is our independent variable? I'm saying the attitude is moderating the relationship of ease of use and the behavioral intention. Fine. Or in other words, the relationship between ease of use and behavioral intention is moderated by attitude. So what is the independent variable and what is a moderator? Please, I need your answers on the chat. Please, your answers. Vishali, please see the diagram. This is the diagram. The attitude is moderating the relationship between the ease of use and the behavioral intention. So my simple question, what is an independent variable and what is a moderator in this case? Attitude is the moderator or the independent variable? Attitude is the moderator or it is the independent variable? Babita is saying it is the independent variable. Pragati is saying the moderator. Let me write it down. Maybe you are having a confusion. So where is my Excel? So I am asking you a simple question, and I am saying that the relationship between the ease of use and behavioral intention is moderated by attitude. This is what I'm saying. This is what I am saying. So you have to simply tell me who is a moderator, who is an independent variable. Think it very wisely. Yesterday also I explained you the hypothesis also and everything. Now you just have to tell me the type of the variables, because this needs to be very clear. We are in the end, and still if these things are not clear, then it is a problem. So Pragati and Namrata are saying the attitude is a moderator. Yes, attitude is a moderator. Which one is the independent variable? I'm getting the answers now. Ease of use. Right, very right. So yes, your attitude and ease of use. So this is a moderator. This is your independent variable, and your behavioral intention is your dependent variable, right? Now, you have to create the interaction term. You have to create the interaction term. Why interaction term? Does anybody know the concept of dummy variable? Can anybody tell me the concept of dummy variable? Anyone?
If the variable is present, we consider it to be yes or maybe a 1. And if it is absent, we consider it to be 0. So something of that form.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Till the time I'm writing something, anybody would like to try? Anybody would like to try?
Dummy variables could be variables created artificially to group data in like for organization.
Okay.
Like I have used in one project created dummy variables for months, years, for months, weeks, and weekdays. So,
Yeah.
similar.
See, dummy variables aid help in calculation. They derive from the value. They are hidden, hypothetical. No, not hypothetical, not hidden. Variable computed from other variables. No. So in short, no. See, dummy variables are, if I put it in a very simple word, they are like your helping hands, and they will be of use when you want to have a comparison between some of the things. For example, I have given a small table up right here, right? So let me quickly add few of the values here just to make it little presentable. So these are some of the values which I added. Please don't ignore the alphabets if I press there, my mistake. So now understand one thing. If you see here, these are the prices of the shares on some specific days and the sales of a company on some specific days, right? The same days I'm following. Now I want to check that is the sales on Monday are high, or the sales which happen on Tuesday are impacting the share price of a company. Please listen to my question very carefully. So I'm explaining you something which is actually not in your curriculum, of this workshop, but I'm just explaining you a very, very important thing. So let's suppose I'm saying that, does the sales of Monday, the company do the sales, right? So the company sales on Monday, does it play a role in increasing its share prices? Is there any relation? If you put it directly without using anything, you are only able to get whether sales have an impact on the share price or not. But I am being more precise. I am being more, I would say, narrow my objective, narrow my hypothesis, that whether the sales which happen on Tuesday actually impact my share prices? Yes or no? How do I get it? I only want to consider the sales of Friday, or I only want to consider the sales of Monday. So for that calculation, what we do, we create a dummy variable. Now, what is a dummy? So dummy is a variable which will take the values of 1 or 0, only two values, 1 or 0, nothing else. So even if we have 5 days and we want to see which day it has the major impact on changing the share price of a company, fine. So at a time, you will be able to create only, two variables, 1 0 1 0, not more than that. Fine. So let's suppose I want to see the whether the impact, whether the Monday sales impact. So what I will do it, wherever there is Monday in my data, I will put 1 there, and rest of all will be 0. First, tell me, did you understood this concept or not? I need a yes or no from everyone. Today is my last day with you, so I'll keep on nagging all of you. So please ask me. Yeah, please. Yes or no? Did you understood what I did just now? Great, great, great. I'm happy. So this is actually the dummy. Now what I will do is, I will simply create a interaction term. I will simply create a interaction term. Now, what is that interaction term? It is very simple. The sales multiplied by my dummy. And your question would be, ma'am, this will come the same value. On zeros, it will come 0. On ones, it will be the same. So this is what I wanted. I segregated my whole data. So Monday, only Monday sales will come now into the interaction term, and rest everything will be the 0. So if my interaction term is significant, that means Monday sales has an impact. Did you got my point or not? Did you got my point or not? Please answers. Did you got this point? How did I created this interaction term? So interaction term main purpose is only that, specifically when you have the interaction term which is in the form of a binary, 1 or 0. Fine. Interaction terms can be in any forms, 1 or 0, which is your interaction term. So we always interpret in terms of the 1 now. Fine. So in interaction term, if that will be significant in impacting the share price, so what we will interpret, that this Monday sales have a positive impact on the share prices of the company. Fine. This is one thing. This is the concept of your dummy variable. This is the concept of your interaction term. Now coming back to what interaction term we have to make. We are creating that. Okay, we were in the Excel, right? Now, here the interaction term is between that the attitude, which is a moderator, which is on the scale of 1 to 5, right? So I am saying as the attitude increase, along with the ease of use increasing, so is it having a more impact on my behavioral intention or not? Please listen to me very carefully what I'm doing it here. I am saying that ease of use multiplied by attitude is your interaction term. So what this interaction term is doing? So this interaction term is doing that, you know, the ease of use increases as the attitude level changes. So with the change in the level of the attitude and with the change in the level of the ease of use, does they have a comparative effect on the behavioral intention or not? Are they moderating it or not? So this interaction term is a moderating term. Moderator is the attitude, but moderating term which should be significant is the interaction term, because that tells the interaction between these two things, that if these two things move according to the levels, then whether they are going to change the relationship or not, whether they are going to change the relationship or not. Fine. So this is the interaction term when both of these are in the scale form. So if you see, both of these variables are in the form of a scale, right? They are scale variables. They are not categorical variables. They are scale variables. Right now, I am working on the scale variable. So I have one question. Vrishali, yes, if you want to see for Thursday, for example, see in our finance studies, what we do actually, my background is a financial background. So in my studies only, I studied the seasonal impact of the foreign investments. So we want to check for each and every day and the week. So we checked for day, we checked for week, we checked for quarters also. So whenever you are making a dummy, so let's suppose it is for 12 months, you are checking the monthly data. So when it is for the 12 months, so in that case, what you will do is in 12 months, you will make 11 dummies, not 12 dummies, because then it will be an identity matrix. So identity matrix, the results will not converge. So you will make always n minus 1 dummies. So if it is monthly, so you will make 11 dummies. If it is quarterly, you will make 3 dummies. If it is weekly, so then depending upon, you have 52 weeks if you are talking about, so it is 51 weeks. And if you are making the let's say day dummies, so in the again the day cases, again if you are taking 5 days a week dummy, so 4 dummies will be formed, not more than that. So if you are taking full 7, then it will be 6 dummies, right? Always 1 minus, not more than that. The change in attitude does not necessarily mean that it needs to have a positive effect. It can be negative, it can have no effect as well. Fine, it may have no effect as well. Attitude controls, actually attitude is a moderator. So attitude controls how the ease of use will interact with the behavioral intention. Attitude controls how the ease of use interacts with the behavioral intention. Dummies, will you have separate dummies for each and every day, each and every month? So you will have a dummy of, let's suppose right now I created a dummy of Monday. In the next column, you will create dummy of Thursday, dummy of Tuesday. Fine. So you have to create separate column for each of the dummies. And dummies values will always be 0 and 1, because then only you will be able to bifurcate your data. So it is like a grouping variable you are doing. You are dividing your data, but in this case, you are only comparing your relevant data. You are not taking into consideration the other group, right? Because you are taking it as 0 and 1. So you are not considering the other group. Okay, Rishali? Now, so this is the interaction term. Now we are going to create this interaction term in the SPSS. So I'm coming back. So what is the interaction term now I'm doing? So I want to make an interaction term, which is the attitude. So I'll take the attitude here, multiplied by my independent variable, which is the ease of use. So here it is, and I am giving the name as, let's say, moderation interaction. Just, for my, or even I can say interaction attitude 1. So I will remember. Fine. And you just simply have to click on OK. Just click on OK, and automatically the term is created. An interaction term is created. Now, this term will be used in the MOS to see the effect, that whether it is significant or not. So let us go back now to the MOS. So here is our MOS. Now, one thing I have to do, I will not be requiring this now. And what I will do, I can do it. I can do my analysis without this also. I have checked the covariances. I can do it without this also. So you will find the papers where they have not mentioned, they have not used the covariances arrows when they are doing the final analysis. So now I am loading a new data set, which is an improved file now. So the same file, we have saved this in the same file. Or did I not save it? I think I didn't save it. So now I save that file. So it is open. Okay. And now let me drag that interaction term from this. So this is our interaction term. Now it is on the canvas. Let's adjust a little bit. Make it little clear. And let's align it. And then finally, let's put up here. Does anybody has a confusion that why interaction arrow is going towards the behavior intention? Anybody has a problem with respect to this concept? Great. Fine. So this is the interaction term. Now what do you have to do? Nothing. We'll just run the analysis and nothing else. We don't have to do anything. We do not require the bootstrap because we are not working on the mediation. If you want, you can still go for that because you will able to get the bias corrected confidence interval for the direct effects also. Fine. So simply what you will do is in the output, standardized output we require here indirect, you can click on correlation you want, critical you do not want. So simple this is, and then you run the results. Now see this one, this pop-up will come. Why? Because MOS by default requires all your independent variables to be have a covariance attached. Fine. If you see, MOS will require the following pairs to be correlated, but still this is a warning. This will not stop your model from running. Fine. So you can simply click on proceed with the analysis. Once you click on proceed with the analysis, it will proceed. It has run the model. Let's check the output. So here is our output. In the output, let's go to the estimates. So in the estimates, we have the first table. And what I am interested in this, the last one. Why? Because this is my interaction term. And if you see, the interaction term is not significant. Interaction term is not significant. Fine. And now comes the next thing which you should understand, this one. So please see these four scenarios. These are four scenarios. Now here, independent variable, or I would say the direct independent variable, which is the ease of use. Is it significant? Yes. Ease of use is significant. Next is check the moderating variable. Moderating is attitude. Is attitude significant? Yes, attitude is also significant. Third, is the interaction term significant? No, the interaction term is not significant. So in this case, we end up here. Independent moderator are significant, but the interaction is not significant. That means there is no moderation. That means there is no moderation. Fine. So there is no moderation of the attitude, or attitude does not moderate. There is no effect on the relationship of the ease of use and the behavioral intention as the attitude changes. So there is no relation with respect to that. Please ask me your questions. Please ask me your questions.
Ma'am, I have not understood that last fourth part. Like the independent variable is not.
Right now, I have not explained you that.
Okay. Okay.
I just talked about first and second.
Okay. Then no difficulty.
Yeah. So anyone, first and second, any problem? Did you understood? So if your independent variable is significant, your moderating variable is significant, your interaction term is significant, then there is an moderation. Yes, you can say there is a moderation in your model. But if the interaction term is not significant, it is not significant. Maybe your moderating variable is significant, but the interaction term is not significant. That means the moderating variable is your direct effect. There is a direct effect of your moderating variable, but it is not moderating. It is just an independent variable. It is not a moderator. Fine. So in that case, these two scenarios come when your interaction term is not significant. So that variable, that moderating variable, if it is significant or not significant, will act as a simple independent variable, not as a moderator. In the last case, what we are doing is your moderating variable is significant and interaction term is also significant. So great, moderation is there. Your independent variable is not significant, moderator is significant, and the interaction is significant. So great, this is what I wanted, that there is a moderating variable and attitude is that variable and it is moderating the relationship. Fine. So indirect variable is not directly impacting the dependent variable, it is moderating actually. So there is a moderating relationship which is going on between the independent and the dependent variable. So you just have to make sure that if the interaction term is significant, then automatically the moderation is there. Independent variable significant, moderating variable significant, independent variable significant, moderating variable significant, then automatically there is a moderation. If your interaction term is not significant, then there is no mediation. Interaction term needs to be significant. Always, please remember that the interaction term needs to be significant. Right? Khamarkar ji, I explained yesterday only that continuous moderation and interaction moderation, when you are talking about a scale variable, so for scale variable, you go for the continuous moderation. Fine. When you all that is named the moderation, actually the another word for the moderation is the interaction only, the interaction effect. So it is used synonymally. So there is no difference between the interaction moderation and continuous moderation. There are two moderation. One is a grouping moderation, another is an interaction moderation. So when you have the scale variable, then it is known as continuous moderation. When you have a ratio variable, again continuous moderation. But when you have a dichotomous variable, you have a categorical variable, if I would say, or you have a binary variable, then it is a grouping moderation. But again, if we are working with respect to the term, then if you are working with respect to the interaction, then the word is interaction moderation. Any other question? Any other question, anyone? No questions? So this is
Ma'am,
how, yes.
Ma'am, so does that mean like irrespective of the type of variable, just because there are any interaction terms that we're considering, such a type of moderation would be called interaction moderation?
Again, when you are creating a new variable, which is a mix of two variables, so you are actually making an interaction. In simple words, you are making an interaction, right? So that is why the name is interaction. Many times in the paper, instead of the word moderation, we use interaction.
All right.
Fine. So these
Got
two are synonymous. But yes, in the interaction, when you have a grouping variable, then it is a multi-group analysis, which is the next thing which we will do. And yesterday only, that is why I used two words only: continuous moderation and multi-group moderation. Because in the continuous moderation, we are creating the interaction term. In the multi-group, there is no interaction term.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Any other question, anyone? Any question? Anybody would like to ask?
Ma'am, can there be a situation where the independent variable is significant,
Yes.
moderator is not significant, but the interaction term could be significant?
Independent variable is
Sorry, the
significant.
interaction term is significant.
Hmm.
Independent is also significant, but the moderator term is not significant. Can that happen?
Can that? Yes, that can happen. It is quite a possibility that can happen. But in that case, there is one problem, that your moderator is not significant. But
Right.
fine, your moderator is not significant, but the interaction is significant. So you cannot say that, that variable fully moderates the relationship. You cannot say that. So there may be something else, there you may need to include the control variable in that model. So there is something missing in that model, we say that ways. So we always say, that is why if you have seen that we have given only the 4 situations to you.
Correct.
Only 4 situations are given, not other combinations are mentioned.
Right.
Fine. So that is why it is not mentioned, because these are the strong moderation considerations which we go for. If there are any other kind of the situations where only interaction term is significant, but the moderator is not significant, then you can portray your results like that, the moderating variable directly do not impact the dependent variable. Only with respect to the interaction, it impacts. But again, for supporting it with the theory can be difficult. For supporting it with the theory can be difficult. That you have to see. It depends upon the subject. It depends upon the area you are working on. But yes, it is a possibility and it can occur.
Okay. Yeah.
Any other question? Okay, then. If there are no questions, then let us make another moderation. Let us go to the SPSS. So in the SPSS now, this is the continuous moderation which I made. I am making another continuous moderation, but now my question, and you have to listen to this question very carefully, because the same question I'll speak again. I am saying the relationship between ease of use and the behavioral intention depends upon the gender of a person. The relationship between the ease of use and the behavioral intention depends upon the gender. Depends upon the gender. So now what I'm doing is, I am saying, or let me be more clear, females tend to have, or I would say males tend to have better ease of use towards the technology. Males have a better ease of use towards the technology. which changes their relationship in terms of buying a particular product. Males have a better ease of use with respect to the technology, which changes or which let them behave in a different manner with respect to buying of a product. This is what I'm saying. This difference between this one and the next method, which we will do after this, is that here the gender is playing a role only in case of a relationship of ease of use and behavioral intention, not in the other case, not in the case of the usefulness to behavioral intention or attitude to behavioral intention. Only I am saying that the gender is playing a role in the ease of use and behavioral intention. So this relationship is changing because of the gender relationship, or I would say males have a better intention to buy a particular product, technology product, as compared to the females. I'm saying that. Fine. So in this case, the gender is the moderator just for one relationship, which is ease of use and the behavioral intention. Is this point clear to everyone? Is this point clear to everyone? Okay, if this is clear, now what I'm doing is whenever you have the binary constructs and there you are testing a theory which is only true or which might be true only for one relationship, then you will create the interaction term. If as a whole model, you are saying that these whole model will behave differently with respect to males and females, in that case you will not create the interaction term. I'm repeating again, when model as a whole we are talking about, so when model as a whole we are saying that there is a difference with respect to the males and the females in the overall model I am talking about, then you will not make the interaction term. You will not create the interaction term. You will only go for the testing of whole model divided into males separately, females separately, both of them totally separately. Fine. When it is only for one relationship, then you will simply create an interaction term. Now the interaction term which I am creating is I am saying the gender here with respect to the ease of use. So females or males, I am only talking about either the males, either the females. And by default, the gender is coded into 1 and 0. Fine. So my results will come with respect to the 1. My results will come with respect to the 1, which is the males. So I click OK. And this is created. So here is a female. That is why the value 0 is coming. Female value 0 is coming. All these are females. Fine. So here another interaction term is now created. Now let's again save this file. Take it to the MOS. You have to load the file again, although file appears here, but it doesn't automatically gets uploaded, updated, I would say. So just do it again. Whenever there is an interaction term, there will always be the moderator also in the model. Always remember that the moderator will always be there. So it is not like that you will only include the interaction term. It is the concept that you should include the moderator as well. So let's run this now. Again, it is asking me to connect. I am moving forward without that. So here are our results. We are concerned about this. So if you see here, my interaction term is significant. That means, so this relationship is actually moderated within the males and the females. Yes or no? Gender is also significant in impacting this relationship, or we would say moderating this relationship. Please ask me a question here. Please ask me a
Is it possible to have more than 2 levels of moderator?
2 levels, ma'am, in the sense?
In the sense here it was just gender male and female, but can we have one more neuter gender?
Ma'am, in that case, you have to run it in the pair. Because when we are going for categorical moderation, so it is always advisable, then you should in the pair. It is always advisable to go in the pair. So, you check male and female first. Then you maybe check male and the transgender. Because otherwise the interpretation will become difficult. Because you are not getting the subset values. We are not getting the subset values, right? We are not getting inside, gender for other variable, other, gender has 2 categories. So you are not getting category by category value. So if you want to get an interpretation that whether the transgenders, take forward this relationship, then you have to create an interaction term with respect to the transgenders.
Okay, thank you.
So it is like multiple dummy variables, multiple dummy interactions we are creating. So as of now, the gender is coded as 1 and 0. Fine. So let's suppose the gender is coded as 1, 2, 3. You can use it. You can use it in, in case of, what I would say, in case of the moderator, you can use that. It is quite a possibility. In that case, one thing we recommend that, go for the just 1 minute, let me tell you one thing. If it is there, so one more change you can do and the results can come. No, it is not there. You can directly go forward with this analysis. There is no problem with respect to that. Or you can go for Bayesian estimation. Fine. So let's suppose you have 1, 2, 3, 4 categories. Let's suppose you have a ordered categorical variable. Ordered in the sense, let's suppose it is a designation. So designation you are going for, let's say scholar, assistant professor, associate professor, professor, reader. So you have 5, 6 categories. Ordered category because that is an ordered one. It is an ordinal one because we are going into an order, right? So in that case, what you can do is you can go for Bayesian estimation, not as a normal estimation, you can go for Bayesian estimation. So this will give you a different set of results. Fine. So you can go for this Bayesian estimation in that case. Otherwise, if you want to go for the binary or dichotomous concept, you want a direct answer here, then you can directly use the interaction term and you have to create a simple dummy variables. Then you can have their impact directly. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So now the interaction, the gender male is actually significant. So ease of use, which is with respect to the males have a bit more impact on the behavioral intention, significant impact on the behavioral intention. So it is moderating your relationship. The males are actually moderating the relationships, and gender also, overall gender has a significant role to play. So it is significant. Now this gives you, sometimes people what they do is, when this kind of a situation comes, right now is it tested on only on one independent variable, right? What people do is then, so instead of using the interaction term, what they do, they check whole model as a whole, that whether there is a difference in these relationships as compared to the males and the females. So now they are get different results. Right now you are getting only one results. So once you go for that separate, then you will get separate results. And that is the next thing we are going to do. First, tell me, is this clear? This is your interaction moderation. In this only this will thing. Oh, one thing I forgot. Yes, let's do that one thing also. So when you are going for the interaction moderation, then along with the results means this result, along with your estimate results, this results, that whether it is significant or not significant, we also give the moderation chart. We also give the moderation chart. So this is a chart we give actually. So you have to create this chart for your respective variable. I will share this file with all of you. So how do we create this chart? If you see here on the left side, it is asking you few of the values. So which is our independent variable? Our independent variable is ease of use. Who is our moderator? Our moderator is attitude. Dependent variable is the behavioral intention. Right? See, chart is automatically getting updated. It is a macro file which is being created. So we use it for showing the results, for creating the results of your moderation. Now here you have to put the unstandardized regression weights of all these three. So let's put the independent variable. Independent variable is ease of use 0.5857. 0.5857. Moderator is gender minus 0.2668 minus 0.2668. Interaction 0.0294. 0.0294. Any question? Any question? If you see, now it created the result for you. And if you see, just read the interpretation. Attitude, acha, moderator was gender. I'm so sorry. It was gender. So gender strengthens the positive relationship between ease of use and the behavioral intention, because both of them are moving. See, blue line represents the low gender, red line represents the high gender. Fine. So ये automatically converts it into the moderation actually. Here this is relevant more when you are talking about a scale variable. So earlier when we did it on the attitude, because low gender, high gender is not a concept actually. So this is more appropriate when you are talking about a scale variable. So in the scale variable, when we did it for the attitude. So in the attitude, it is telling you that the attitude strengthens the positive relationship between the ease of use and the behavioral intention. Let me show you again, just 1 second, and let's have an exact answer also. So it is 0.5846 0.58. Then 0.1027. Interaction is minus 0.0524. See now. Read the result. Attitude dampens the positive relationship between the ease of use and behavioral intention. Can somebody likes to elaborate this for me? Can somebody likes to elaborate this for me? Very simple statement, and this is the same statement we put it in the results also. Please, somebody, please, I'm waiting. Please respond. Please, this is a simple English language and nothing else. I want the explanation from your side. So anyone, please. Dampens doesn't mean strengthen. Dampen is the decrease actually. It is diminishing. It is not increasing. It is diminishing. See the difference between the low attitude and the high attitude. It is very less. So as the ease of use increases, so actually the behavioral intention is not much increasing. It is not much increasing. See, the attitude reaches the higher altitude. So it is not much increasing the behavioral intention. There is not much difference between the low attitude and the high attitude. So attitude here, the low ease of use, high ease of use. So ease of use is increasing at this pace. Behavioral intention is increasing at this pace. And this is how your attitude is performing. This is how your attitude is performing. So it is dampening the positive relationship. If you see, the interaction term is negative. Interaction term is negative. If it is positive, then it is strengthening. It is negative. That means it is diminishing, or it is not strengthening. It is dampening the positive relationship between the ease of use and the behavioral intention. Fine. So it is diminishing, it is reducing, it is decreasing. And this is the line which you will put into your analysis. Along with the chart, you will use this line to put it into the analysis. So what you write is, first you give the results, the significant effects, this insignificant effects, you will give that results. After that, you will paste this chart. Along with the chart, you will give the explanation. Moderation effect is significant, it is insignificant, whatever is your explanation. And then you give that the attitude dampens, the attitude decreases, the positive relationship between the ease of use and the behavioral intention. Fine. So it is negatively moderating. It is negatively moderating. Any question?
Can you even say that because that interaction term, that the unstandardized regression coefficient is minus, can you say also because of that value?
Yeah, that is the reason why. Because interaction is negative. If it is positive, so still we say strengthening is taking place. Both of them are going in the same direction. Now it is actually reducing. Their actual relationship is positive. The ease of use and the behavioral intention has a positive relationship. See, It has a positive relationship. Ease of use positively impacts the behavioral intention, right? So if ease of use goes by, let's say 1 unit, the behavioral intention goes by 0.5846 units, right? In simple words, not units in the literal sense I'm saying, just for explanation, it is this way. It is a positive relationship. But when they are with the attitude, is it moderating? And it is negatively taking away this relationship. So it is diminishing this relation. It is not strengthening. It is not taking up this relation. It is taking down this relation. So attitude is negatively moderating. Okay. Okay, is it fine? Any other question, anyone? Any other question, anyone?
Ma'am, can you in terms of statement, if I have to say something about it, like you said, attitude dampens the relationship, right? But like in layman's term, if I have to interpret it, so how do I put it forward? Like if there is more attitude or higher attitude, then means I'm not able to.
Ma'am, it is again the layman terms. You are simply writing in the explanation. You simply write that as the attitude moves, as the attitude changes, so it dampens the relationship between ease of use and behavioral intention. It is negatively moderating this relationship. It is negatively moderating this relationship. So the relationship, if it is on the higher positive side, it will reduce. So if it is 0.58, it will come to 0.48, it will come to 0.50. So the quantum reduces.
Okay.
I am showing you another moderation. I'm just adding another moderation here. Can you see here? Now this moderation is insignificant. This is insignificant. The attitude is significant, but the interaction term is insignificant. And irrespective of its insignificance, let me put this. And if you see here, both of the interaction terms are negative. And if you see now, this interaction term has also become insignificant. When I added another interaction term, it has become insignificant. The same thing, it has become insignificant. Both of them now relationships become insignificant, which was significant earlier. So that is why we always say some people have a query, I check one moderation effect and then I'll check another moderation effect. No, run your model as a whole. Add all the mediators, add all the moderators, run your model as a whole. Do not do it this way, first I will run this moderator, then I will run that moderator. No, 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 no. A big no, no. Please do not do that mistake. Now I am putting these values in the Excel just to see a change. So now the independent variable is usefulness. Other things are same. So independent variable is 0.4052. Moderator is 0.1010. Interaction is minus 0.024. 0, 2, 4. Again, see how close this distance has become. How close this distance has become. See, the relationship, if it is too good, then it should strengthen. As the behavioral intention should move up, the ease of use, the usefulness should also go up, right? But with the low and the higher attitude, it is almost similar parts. In the both the cases, it is almost similar. See, very nearby for the low attitude people and for the high attitude people. For the low attitude and the high attitude people, if you see here, so here the usefulness, this is the usefulness, low usefulness, behavioral intention is also low. Here the high usefulness is there, behavioral intention, okay, we say in the moderate part, behavioral intention is in the moderate way. So attitude dampening the positive relationship. So as the attitude lowers, your relationship will also lower down. As the attitude goes up, so the up part, the up movement is very small. It is very small. Fine, it is not too high because this gap is very small. That is why it is a moderator, because there is a gap. If it is a direct one, then it is a cross. Then these lines will cross, which is in the case of a mediator. When you are talking about moderator, so these are two parallel lines. If the gauge between them is very big, then we say the impact, the quantum is great. Right now, the quantum impact is also very low. But yes, it is playing a role. The relationship is diminishing with the attitude. Fine. Vrishali, which variables I have mentioned? Independent variable is usefulness, moderator is the attitude. Vrishali, never in the negative way we say strengthen. Negative is never strengthening because negative is taking in the opposite direction. So negative is never strengthening. Negative is always diminishing. Fine. Now moving towards the last part of the EMOS. Now what I'm going to do is my whole model, I want to see whether this whole model, this whole relationship is same, whether it is female or whether it is males, or does these relationships differ? I want to see that whether the relationship changes when we are talking about the males and when we are talking about the females, or are they same? Fine. So this is what we are going to do. So for this, you have to create the groups. Now, what EMOS will do in the backend, the EMOS will divide your whole sample into two parts, gender wise, which is male and the female, right? Another question which people ask, let's suppose I have 3 categories. I want to test it for 3 categories. Then you have to do it pair by pair, which I already explained to you. You cannot do all the categories together. You need to do it in the pairs. So this is multi-group analysis. In the multi-group analysis, what we are doing is we are actually checking that whether these results are same in both the groups or are they different in the groups or not. If you see on the left side, see my mouse pointer hovering on the left side. On the left side, there is an option of groups. Just double click them, or single click also works. Just name the groups here. So let's suppose mine is a name is male and the female. So first name I'm writing is male. Then I click on new. Group number 2, it is I'm writing female, and close. Now can you see earlier there was appearing only group 1. Now 2 groups are coming, male and the female. Now 2 groups are coming, male and the female. Fine. Next thing you will do, You will go to your data file from where you select a data file. See on the left side, mouse pointer hovering, column number A. Now here you have to select. If you see now, the group names are coming, male and the female. So now you have to select the data file for male and female. The file is same. Just you have to tell the MOS that this is the data for the males and this is the data for the females. You just have to do that and nothing else. How will you do it? Simply click here, go to the grouping variable. Go to the grouping variable. In the grouping variable, select your variable. So gender is my variable. I'm clicking OK. And if you see, gender is here now. Now you have to give the value that in the gender, what is the value which is for the female? Can you see it is automatically detected that gender has two categories, 1 and 0. So for me, 1 is the male. Okay. Click OK. Now see gender. Group name is male. Variable is gender. Value is 1. Now for female also, I have to do same thing. See, the file name is not coming. So we have to select the file again for the female. So click on the file name. Select the file again. File is selected. By default, it is taking gender as 1. No. We go to the group value and we select 0 and click OK. Please ask me the doubts here. Please ask me the doubts here. Abhishek, we are moderating it by gender now. Any questions in doing the things for the multi-group analysis? Now you are checking your hypothesis, whether your relationships differ with respect to the males and the females or not. You are testing this hypothesis. Is this process clear? Shall I explain again? Shall I explain again? Please at least give me a yes or no. Only 2 people interact with me. Okay, then let's go click OK. Now, once you click OK, nothing will happen. Fine. Well, now what you have to do, go to your output. In the output, in the estimation, in the output actually, you have to click on critical ratio for differences. You just have to do this change. Critical ratio for differences and nothing else. Critical ratio for differences, cross, and let's run this. Sorry. It's done. Let's view the output, and now you will see the difference in your output. Please see the first line. You will find a difference here only. Can you see it? Now it is for the males. So where will I find for the females? Here it is. See, left side, down. See my mouse pointer hovering on the left side. It is males, and this is for the females. Now you have the results for the females. So in the males, if you see, all the 3 relationships are significant. Let's check in the females. Oh, see, the first one is significant, the last is significant, but the second. So in case of the females, the attitude to behavioral intention is not significant. It is not significant in case of the females. So attitude does not impact the behavioral intention in terms of the females. So you are seeing some results, you are seeing some differences. How to check whether these differences are actually significant, the difference is significant or not? For that, you have to go to the matrices. You have to go to the pairwise parameter comparison. In that, you have to go to critical ratios for differences. you have to check here that whether it is significant or not. And if I give you a simple, let me tell you from here only. Let's do it from here. Then I'll simplify your life. So I go into the scalars again. Now I want to check for the first category, let's suppose. So for the category of the males, you have to now read this label. This label is nothing but the path identification label, which Amos gives by default. It is just the path identification level, right? So in general, what is the interpretation you will give? You will give that, this relationship is significant in case of the males, this relationship is not significant in case of the females, these relationships are significant in both the categories. This is the first thing you will give. The first thing is done. Second thing, overall. I am talking about the overall, whether this overall relationship is actually varying in the males and the females with respect to the critical ratios. Fine. So exact multi-grouping results is confirmed with the difference study. So how that study is going to be done? So let me check it for the first path. First path is ease of use to behavioral intention. Let's remember the name of this path. It is PAR 1. It is PAR 1. This is in case of the males. Now I'm going to the females. In case of the females, this path is PAR 4. Now you have to check the critical ratio between these two. You have to check the critical ratios between these two, PAR 1 and PAR 4. So let's go to the critical ratio and PAR 1, first column, if you see PAR 1, and here it is the PAR 4. So it is always in the pairs. It is always in the pairs. Fine. So this critical ratio or the Z value is automatically, because this is compared to the Z value of, let's say, at 5% level of significance, the Z value is 1.96 and your calculated value is 1.19. So can anybody tell me whether we reject the null hypothesis or we accept the null hypothesis?
We accept it.
No, my wrong thing. We should not use the word accept. We should always say fail to reject the null hypothesis. So do we reject the null hypothesis or do we fail to reject the null hypothesis? The table value is 1.96 and the calculated value is 1.19. So this is less than 1.96. So what we say? We fail to reject the null hypothesis. Please at least give me the answer for this one. We fail to reject the null hypothesis. And what is a null hypothesis in a multi-group analysis? There is no significant difference with respect to the relationship of ease of use and behavioral intention in terms of the gender. So we fail to reject that. That means this relationship holds true and same in both the cases. Fine. So there is no significant difference with respect to gender in case of ease of use and the behavioral intention. Okay, let's check the another one. Let's go back to the scalars. Let's check the attitude. So attitude is, in case of the males, attitude is PAR 2. And in case of the females, attitude is PAR 5. So we have to compare 2 and 5. So let's compare 2 and 5. So it is 2 and 5. So here is the value. So it is minus 0.6488. Please tell me. We fail to reject or we reject? Oh, so I'm getting mixed answers now. Someone is saying we fail to reject. Somebody is saying we will reject. Which one should accept? Please, I need more answers. I need a tiebreaker. So there is a tie. I need a tiebreaker. Again, 5% level of significance, 1.7, 1.96. minus 1.96 to plus 1.96. Where will this value lie? We fail to reject or we reject. Z value, all of you know that it is a distribution. It is a bell curve distribution. So one side it is the negative and one side we have the positive. So we fail to reject or we reject. So again, I'm getting the different answers now. Reject the null, and I'm getting fail to reject, fail to reject. See, you have made my task difficult. I don't know the answer. You have to tell me the answer. Minus 0.64 is greater than minus 0.196. So if the value is greater than the Z value, then what we say? We say we reject the null hypothesis. So there is a significant difference. There is a significant difference. Okay, thank you very much. So there is a significant difference with respect to the gender in the relationship of attitude and behavioral intention. So if it is a female, so he will behave in a different manner. If it is a male, he behave in a different manner. And what is a different manner? That is our output. So in terms of the females, see the quantum, it is 0.0680 and it is insignificant actually. It is insignificant actually. It is not at all significant. Fine. And when we are talking about the males, so it is significant. So male's attitude have the impact on the behavioral intention, but the female's attitude doesn't have an impact on the behavioral intention. Okay. Now, you have to think here that whether it is significant or not, you got confused with respect to the table value, you got confused with respect to, whether it is a lesser value or higher value. So let me make your life easy. So in the same Excel sheet, there are many sheets actually. Fine. So there is another sheet, which is a group difference, which is a group difference where you have to paste these three tables and it automatically tells you whether there is a difference or not. So let me show you that. See, paste the regression weights table in A2. So let's paste that. So this is a regression weights table. Let's copy this table and paste it here. I'm so sorry. This is for the males. Let's paste it for the females also. Copy and females. Let me delete that row. And critical ratio matrix. So critical ratio matrix is here. So let's copy this matrix and paste it here. Please do not save this file. Do not press Ctrl S because it is a macro. So you do not need to press Ctrl S because if you will paste Ctrl X, then the macros will stop using. They will stop working. Okay, it is merging. Okay. Let me. Okay. Wait. Let me run this file again. See, do not save this file. Okay. Please do not save this file. Otherwise, you will not be able to run this file. So let me paste the table as it is without removing their rows. Now let's click on this blue, and here are your results. Here are your results, here are your values. So you automatically gets the values calculated, you automatically gets the scores calculated, the estimates calculated for each and every situation which is there. Fine. So any question as of now? Any question, anyone? So this is very simple. You can directly use this and simply paste this table. You have all the values. You can simply paste this table, or you can go to your AMOS. In the AMOS, you can do like, I said, see the table, see the critical ratios table, and see whether there is a difference or not. So if there is a difference, great. We say, there is a difference. Otherwise, we say there is no significant difference with respect to the gender. Gender does not moderate this model, or there is no impact of gender here. Fine, or any of the relationships. So this is the difference between, now let's suppose you have three. Let's suppose you have three categories in your, let me show you that one also. I would not be able to solve it, but yes, I can show you how to have three categories. So here, if you see, we have male and the female. So I can have another category here. So I can click on another one, and I click on new. The group number 3 is created. So let's suppose it is the transgender, and I click close. So I have a third category now. Now, once you click on the output, it will show you the third category also. That please select that third category data also, but the results will be shown in combination. Fine, it will not be shown as three categories together. It will be shown male and the transgender, female and the transgender. It will be shown like that. So you can have n number of groups, but analysis will be done only pairwise. So this is your multi-group analysis. So you only read this result. Now to summarize, simple terms, summarize. So I will summarize this way. So you have two types. Multi-group, it is categorical, or we say nominal variable. Interaction is the continuous variable, metric data. In that case, here you will go for multi-group analysis. Here you will go for the interaction term. Fine, here you will go for the interaction term. Here, analysis will be conducted separately for each group. Here, significant interaction term should be present. Please ask your questions. From my side, the AMOS is over. From my side, the AMOS is over. Any questions? We still have 15 minutes left. So any questions, anyone? Any questions from all these 4 days, or anything you want to ask about, structure equation modeling, or anything you want to ask about? The platform is open now for the questions. I will be sharing the file which I have written over these days. I will share with the organizers, maybe by night or by tomorrow morning. I will share that file. So you will get that file. Any other question, anyone? See, you can ask any question with respect to, the models you have or anything. We have time. We have 15 minutes. Any question, anyone? I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for all of you to answer and reply.
Ma'am,
Yes.
those coefficient terms that we were just talking about regarding the gender, the last one, can we go there?
The last one, which one?
Uh,
The output you're talking?
yeah, the output, sorry, with respect to males and females.
Output. I have to open it again. Okay, I have to delete first this. Yes.
Ma'am, can we go to that critical difference? Yeah. So, ma'am, here in this, we were comparing for the gender. So we were comparing parameter 2 and parameter 5. So actually it comes minus 0.6488, which is greater than minus 1.96. But then we reject it if it is less than minus 1.96, isn't it, ma'am?
We reject it if it is less than
Minus 1.96. Because
yeah.
minus minus 0.6488 lies in the acceptance region, isn't it?
Yes.
So we will fail to reject, and we
Yes,
want
it
to
is.
reject.
It lies into the acceptance region.
Yeah. So just wanted to.
No, but then again, there is one thing here. You are talking about a two-tailed one, or you are talking to a two-tailed check or a one-tailed check, because here you are taking about a minus sign. So
Even
this
if it is
also,
one tail, ma'am, still the decision criteria would be that you reject the hypothesis when the value, like here it is minus 0.6488. If it is less than minus 1.96, isn't it?
minus 1.96, we
If it
have
is
a value
less,
to plus to 1.96, so we have a rejection region there.
if it is below minus, so here it will be.
Yeah, it will be not fail to reject actually.
Yeah, it will be fail to reject. So
It will be fail to reject.
just wanted to confirm. Actually, we all have written, even I had written reject,
Yeah,
but then
fail to reject. No,
yeah, we will
that
fail to reject.
is, yeah, it is fail to reject. Yeah,
And
it is
ma'am,
fail to reject. True. Yes, you are asking something. I'm just checking the chat actually.
yes. And also when we start with this, it gives you that warning that the ratios have to be uncorrelated. So we are not actually checking whether it is correlated or
We
not.
checked it. We actually checked it when we run the CFA.
Okay.
That is actually the working of the MOS, since MOS works on the covariance. This is a covariance, right?
Right.
MOS is actually in the backend working on this phenomena only. So MOS says that you make the diagram in this manner. We already checked this relationship in the CFA, if you remember. We checked it. After that, we imputed the scores. So if you will do it this way also, then also it is fine. If you will remove this, then also it is fine, because you already have taken into consideration these covariances.
Okay.
Fine. That is why it gives you a warning. It doesn't stop your analysis. It just gives you the warning that, see, you haven't connected them, because the reason for their connection is that these all factors, these all, the constructs we are talking about, they are not truly apart. There will be something, which is common in all of them. So by adding a double-sided arrow, we are taking care of that.
Okay.
Any other question? Any other question? So we started with, let me just brief you out. We started with the CFA. In the CFA, we first make the model. We add all the constructs together. Please do not leave any of the constructs. All the constructs needs to be added into the CFA. But please do not add the interaction terms because those are the moderations. You add the moderator, but not the interaction terms. So add all moderators, mediators, dependent, independent, everything, make a whole CFA model. Check the CFA model for three things. The first thing which you have to check is whether all the statements are significant or not. This is the first thing we will check. After that, once the statements are checked that they are significant, the second thing we check is whether all the statements values are greater than 0.7 or not. The factor loadings are greater than 0.7 or not. If the factor loadings are not greater than 0.7, then what we check is that whether that statement is significant or not. If it is significant, we keep it into the model. Otherwise, we will remove it from the model. One thing. Now, the second step check is to check the convergent validity and the discriminant validity. For the convergent validity, you will check the average variance extracted. For the internal reliability, you will check the composite reliability, which is the CR value. Both of these AVE should be greater than 0.5. The CR should be greater than 0.7. Then you go to the discriminant validity. For discriminant validity, we check that AVE value should be greater than the MSV, the mean square variance. It should be greater than that. If it is greater, that means there is the presence of discriminant validity in the model. If there are any validity concerns in the model, then discriminant validity cannot be corrected here. It should be checked into the SPSS to see whether there is any cross loading in the model or not. If there is a cross loading, we have to remove that cross loading and then move forward. Or if the cross loading is too high, it is not possible. Maybe you have to remove the statement, or maybe it is quite a possibility that your data is like that. Your data may have outliers. Same goes for AVE when you are talking about AVE. So average variance extracted can be corrected if the statement is not contributing much to the model. Maybe you have left some of the statement to be asked from a respondent. That is why the construct is not giving you good convergent validity. Increasing the sample size would help in reducing the problem of the convergent validity. In terms of the sample size, please work on at least 10 times the number of statements you have into your questionnaire. So if you have 30 statements, your data should be of 300 data points when you are working on the MOS, because MOS give good results when you have great data. If you have a smaller data, so MOS results doesn't prove too good. Once the validity reliability is confirmed, we check the model fit of the overall model. So we go for goodness of fit indices. The first thing we will report is Seaman by DF. Seaman by DF value should be less than 3. Then out of GFI and AGFI, we'll report any one of them. After that, we will report the badness of fit index, which is RMSEA. Its value should be less than 0.08. Then we report incremental indices. In the incremental indices, we go for NFI, TLI, CFI. Out of these three, we report any of the two, and the value should be greater than 0.90. And even if it is greater than 0.95, it is considered the best. So once the model fit is also confirmed, you are good to go ahead with your structural analysis, because that part is your measurement analysis. So once it is confirmed, we will go to the structural analysis. In the structural analysis, you can directly convert your CFA model by adding a single headed arrow to show the path, or you can compute the scores of your constructs and then make a simple model with just the latent variables, not the statements, just the latent variables to have a simple clear path. all the endogenous constructs need to have the error term attached. All the endogenous constructs need to have the error term attached. Always remember that. Endogenous means where the arrows are pointing out. So you need to have the error term attached. Then for the structural, you simply do the analysis, you simply check the results. If there is a mediation in the model, you will go for bootstrapping and the bias corrected confidence intervals. And then you report the results. So this is what over the time, over the 4 days we have discussed. So I just summarized everything in the nutshell. So now, any question from anyone? Anything, any question left? Anything you want to ask? Any question? So there are no questions. So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that all of you actually understood. Fine. In case of any, specific, you want to do some small discussion or query, so you can ping me on the LinkedIn also. I'm on the LinkedIn with Dr. Parul Kumar only. You can search me on the LinkedIn as well. Fine. So you can contact me there, or you can ping me on my email ID, which I'll try to respond ASAP. Fine, but I cannot assure you that. So I just write my email ID on the chat. So it is on the chat. So you can connect with me on the LinkedIn and on the email. So that's it from my side. Keeping my fingers crossed that all of you will try to write a paper in the SCM and try to publish it and get good reviews in great research journals. I would be very happy. Thank you very much from my side. All the best, everyone.
Thank you so much, Parul ma'am. Can I request Ms. Mehvish Sheikh for a formal vote of thanks?
Ma'am, group photograph first.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. Can I request everyone to
Yes,
please
yes, ma'am. Yeah,
that
I'm
we can have
waiting.
a final photo session with Parul ma'am.
Yes. Finally, the final day, and we request all the participants to turn on their cameras so that finally we can have a nice group photograph.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. And ma'am, could you wait just for a few minutes more because we want to formally thank you for being with us. So with every day, I feel glad to be a part of the faculty development program, and hence I take the opportunity to thank our honorable management, respected Sir Dr. Akhtar Hassan Rizvi, respected Madam Advocate Mrs. Ruvina Akhtar Hassan Rizvi, for leading us and giving us the opportunity to ourselves. I would like to extend my gratitude to Dr. Hemlata Bagla, the Vice Chancellor, 8 SMC University, Mumbai, Principal, KC College, and the esteemed authorities of Hyderabad Sindh National Collegiate Board for their great-hearted collaboration. Our cordial thanks to Dr. Anjumara Ahmad, Principal, Rizvi College, Program Convener, for being such a support and standing strong with us. Our ardent thanks to the Department of Statistics, KC College, under the aegis of DBT Star Status College Award Scheme, Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, for their earnest contribution and endowment towards organizing this FTP. Statisticians are like artists who have the bad habit of falling in love with their models. And we have to admit, I will repeat the quote once again, ma'am. I would like to have your attention, please. Statisticians are like artists who have the bad habit of falling in love with their models. And we have to admit, we certainly have fallen in love with the way our dynamic resource person, Dr. Parul Kumar, has served us with her knowledge and expertise for 4 long days with such interactive sessions. Thanks is indeed a small word, madam. We extend our heartfelt thanks to you for making the softwares look so easy within the comfort of our homes. So thank you again, ma'am, for sparing your valuable time and being with us. Hope to see you again for future.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, and hope to connect with all of you again. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Certainly, we would love to have you. And lastly, our lovely dear participants being so keen in learning while making the sessions so active. We thank you all for your patience. Looking forward to another day of learning. Thank you, everyone. Have a great, great evening ahead. Please take care.
Bye-bye. Good evening, everyone.
Bye. Can we formally end the session with your due permission?
Please. Thank you very much.